Hello there everyone and welcome to another JackalMan stream. We are in SRB2 as we have been for the last couple of these. We are replaying all of the characters I've covered in the past, ready for the 5,000 subscriber special. So in today's stream we are going to be covering S3 Sonic, Surge and Rose Gold Amy. Sorry if I sound a little off today, my headphones are kind of all over the place, so I can't really hear what I sound like properly, as I usually can. It's a bit of a nightmare, but hopefully by the end of the stream, they should be fine. It's just they got a little bit wet while it was raining earlier, but hopefully by the end of the stream it should be fine. So yeah, I think we'll start with S3 Sonic. These are all fairly complete characters, if you will. They're all relatively in-depth in comparison to some others we've covered in the past, so it's likely that we're not going to have a full playthrough with each of them, just because not got enough time to do that really. But we'll try and get a decent amount of time with each of them. So S3 Sonic covered relatively recently, in probably about mid-2025 if I remember correctly. But Surge and Rose Gold Amy, a long time ago that I covered either of those two. So it'll be interesting to go back to them and see what they're like. I really hope the headphones sort themselves out soon enough. I can't hear a thing. Yeah. So yeah, S3 Sonic, he's not too complicated or strange. He's basically just the Sonic from Sonic 3. So he has slightly different physics. His moveset though is pretty straightforward. It's his insta-sealed and then a remixed spin dash that forces you to do the whole crouch thing. The main point of interest for him is less his moveset, I think, and more so all of the graphical flourishes that make, and other aesthetical flourishes that make him more like Sonic 3. So he, for example, all of the different sound effects you're hearing, obviously the remade sprites, he does have a different physics system to everyone else, which makes him slightly more accurate to Sonic 3. Like for example, he keeps his momentum up very easily, he doesn't lose it, generally speaking, and his jumps are quite high compared to most other characters. He does that whole spin thing whenever he goes up springs, though I don't think it has any gameplay effects, to be honest. I think so far it's pretty undoubtedly a speedster. Quite a basic character. Pretty much everything is in service of speed. Since you're not quite big enough to hit him from all of that distance. Nope, wrong way. Wait, where did all the... Oh yeah. And I think you keep rings between levels instead of losing them and getting them reset. Because I clearly had more than 10 rings there. Well, clearly because I got 12 and I still lost a bunch. Let's see. Oh no. Maybe you keep them between acts, but not zones, maybe. Otherwise, I don't know what was going on there. I don't know why I had so many rings in that fight. But yeah, this guy is by Black Knight, and he's quite impressive. I'm a fan. He is a good character. Can you break these? Can't remember, I don't think so. No. Yeah, so not really an explorer. Clearly, he's not really got any sort of verticality to him outside of just a big jump. So yeah, it's all about speed with this guy. He is pretty good on taking on enemies because the insta-sealed, but then, you know, not enough to really cement himself as like a combatant or anything. just enough that he's able to like take out these guys without just bouncing on them every time. Can up his range like that. Up we go. I was playing a little bit of SRB2 Final Demo today, and I'm not talking like Final Demo Zone or anything. I'm talking the original Final Demo release archived on the SRB2 forums for an upcoming video. It's interesting going back and seeing all of these stages that obviously I've run through time and time again at this point, and seeing what they were originally like. Obviously, Final Demo Zone kind of itches that a little bit, or scratches that itch, I should say, a little bit. But it's another thing entirely to like see it in its original state, in the form it actually took back then, with all of the accurate physics and all the rest of that obviously Final Demo Zone doesn't have. It was intriguing. But yeah, that's for a video that should hopefully not take that long to make. I would say maybe Monday or Tuesday, most likely. I am quite busy at the moment, but Monday or Tuesday I reckon for that video. And hopefully you enjoy it. It's an interesting topic. Something that seems pretty big, but I haven't seen anyone really talk about, if you will. So I wanted to go and do it myself. Right, come on. Yeah, unfortunately he doesn't have any of Sonic's special abilities. So he's not got the Thok or anything. He is his own character. But yeah, I think the main appeal with this guy is more the visual design, more so than messed that up. More so than the moveset, like I said. The Insta Shield, I know a lot of people really like it. I remember back before Frontiers released. You know, it's not really got anything to do with that, but that's just how I kind of remember my time in the Sonic community. I remember the Insta Shield, which kind of seen as the big thing, the ability that everyone loved, until obviously that's now the drop dash. Like, you can see it in the kind of fan games that are coming out. I think it was probably Origins. Like, people like this drop dash from as soon as Mania came out, but I think it was really after Origins, for one reason or another, that people really stopped using things like the Insta Shield and the peel out in their classic Sonic move, in their classic Sonic fan games, and it just became drop dash, drop dash, drop dash. I don't know why, but that's always what it seemed to be like to me. But yeah, the Insta Shield, I remember people used to really love it. I gotta be honest, between this and Sonic Time Twisted and all of the other Sonic fan games I've played that includes the Insta Shield, I'm not really seeing why. Maybe I'm just really, really bad at timing it, but it doesn't seem to actually do much. It doesn't extend your range all that far. It's not like you can deal extra damage to a boss in a cycle or whatever. It's not like you can hit a boss twice where you would usually only hit them once or anything like that. I'm not really sure what the appeal of it is that makes it such a like a, oh, we gotta get this thing back. Maybe it's just the fact that from the time they started going really deep in the classic Sonic nostalgia up to Mania's release, it was just every version of Sonic was just, or every version of classic Sonic was just the spin dash. So it's just the idea of having anything else from the classic games. But yeah, not quite sure why people held up the Insta Shield, just think big. Right, off we go. Just past you, crab meat. Not your name, but I can't be. Oh, Crustacean, that's it. Oh, it's been a couple of streams now that I've been running past these guys and being like, I cannot remember your names. could not remember the crab thing's names for ages. And I don't know why. Pretty much, to be fair, the only Bandic's name I can really remember off the top of my head is the Lancerbot, otherwise. Oh, and the Crawlers, of course. Crawlers, Buzzes. I think the tortoise things in Techno Hill are spring cells. The ones in Egg Rocks are Jettisons. Or Jettisons? I'm not quite sure where the jokes come in from there. Like, I think you're kind of pushing it if you're saying they're jettisoning their cargo or whatever. You know. Never quite got where the name came from with those guys. Crustacean is obviously fairly obvious, as is Lancerbot. Can't remember what the bow and arrow wielding ones are called. They're a pun on Robin Hood, obviously, but I can't remember what the pun is. Whoa, hoo -hoo. Drop back down, come, there we go. But yeah, going back to final demo, it's just interesting to see how the game has improved over time. Like, it's crazy going back to some of those... Oh, come on, I was nowhere near that. It's crazy going back to some of those older versions and seeing a version of the game that just doesn't have slopes. Like, End-X, no slopes. Doesn't matter what kind of finesse you want to do with it, you don't get them. Or like versions of the game without Metal Sonic and Amy and all the rest of that. Obviously, to the people who play those versions, that's completely normal. But as someone who's only played 2.2 before, it's interesting to think about. You know, a lot of what I like about the game just really didn't take any sort of shape until quite recently. Relatively speaking, of course, you know. Ultimately, 2.2 is what? 5-6 years now old at this point? I think it was 2020 that it came out. Might have been late 2019. I think at this point it is the longest running version of the game. Like, I think 2.0 lasted 5 years. I think 2.1 lasted 5 years as well. Now 2.2 is looking pretty much guaranteed running for at least 6 or 7 years before that it finishes. So, yeah. I think we're all due for some change of scenery. Right, get you out of the way. Come on, Sea Egg. At this point, I just autopilot through all of this, to be honest. Everything up until Egg Rock. Well, okay, up until maybe Arid Canyon at this point, it's just so ingrained in my mind. It's so obvious that I just sit there and I'm just like, yep, sure, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy, simple. Damari Walkins 5-1. Oh, sorry, Damari walks in 5127 says, oh, S3 Sonic, my favorite Sonic. I'm a Sonic fan, so yeah. I will say he is, maybe he's not my favorite version of Sonic in SRB2, but I will say he is a high level, is a high tier guy. The physics, a lot of other characters' physics changes can feel a bit off, they can feel a bit janky, but it really works here. I haven't played Sonic 3 specifically yet. I know, you know, fake Sonic fan and all that. I just haven't got around to it yet. It is going to be on the channel soon enough, but yeah, I haven't got around to it yet. But based on all of the other classic Sonic games I've played, I can't imagine the physics are that different, and it does feel quite accurate to that in a way that the vanilla Sonic and all of the other Sonics don't. So he is fun to play. Even if the insta-shield isn't much, it really is just the physics changes, the big, exciting stuff. And I mean, I suppose you can technically look up and down, so if we spin for long enough, the camera should tilt downwards. Yeah, and then custom 1 to look up, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there you go. I hope I remember correctly. It was the whole reason that the stream was delayed a couple of minutes at the start was because I was having to go and reread all of the characters' descriptions. I realised I hadn't actually updated S3 Sonic to his latest version, so in the name of being fair, I had to go back and download that. Sonic 3 is easy once you remember it. I have no doubt it is, but yeah, I just haven't got around to it. To be fair, most of the classic Sonic games are easy once you get to it. Like outside of some little bits in Labyrinth Zone or whatever. Especially with all of the modern niceties that every modern release has, like save states and, well, saving the game at all. All the classic games are pretty easy. The only real difficulty was back when they first came out and you had the whole danger of having to do it all in one go. Right, we are going to give ourselves our Chaos Emeralds now. Because we have got into Castle Eggman Act 2, so I can't remember whether S3 Sonic has a super form. So, you know, it's been a while since my review of him. Even if he is the most recent mod I've covered that we're going to be covering today, it was still, you know, however long ago now. So I think he's got a super form. Fairly confident in that. So we're going to go up here. We're going to lose the shield. We're going to try and go super. Maybe he doesn't. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a shame. I thought he had hypersonic. I thought that was a selling point. Or maybe that was they were working on giving him like hypersonic forms or whatever. But it's strange. I can't seem to, you know, do anything. There you go. New life. Speaking of classic Sonic games and new lives and all the rest of that, if you have been watching my Sonic Time Twisted streams and are wondering, like, why have you stopped right as we got to the end of that, I said I was going to do an 8th episode covering, like, the true final boss rather than the just basic bad ending we got last time. That is still coming. It was just that for whatever reason the game wasn't letting me go back on a save file for a while. Like, it wasn't letting me go anywhere further back than the final zone. So it was letting me select Planetary Panic, but it wasn't letting me like go back to any stages further earlier than that, and so I couldn't get any like Chaos Emeralds or Time Stones. So I was asking like the creator and stuff, you know, what's going on, what's going wrong, and trying to just do it with us save files. But eventually it got to the point where I was going to go and download a 100% save file and just show the final boss that way. But right as I was checking the game one last time to decide whether or not I was actually going to do that, what do you know, all of a sudden the game lets me start going back on the axe again for some reason. And so yeah, Sonic Time Twisted is coming. Episode 8 is coming, hopefully soon enough. I'm just in the process of collecting all of the Chaos Emeralds and Time Stones first, so I can actually, you know, do the good ending. So yeah, soon enough, I'll have all of the Chaos Emeralds, all of the Time Stones. I think I'm on 5 emeralds. No, sorry, I think I'm on 6 Time Stones and 3 emeralds, if I remember correct. No. Yeah, 5 Time Stones. Oh, crap, screw that up. Yeah, 5 emeralds. Sorry, 5 time stones, 3 emeralds, and then hopefully should be soon enough. Oh, come on. Don't even know what happened there. Yeah, and then once all of that's collected, we'll be able to access the good ending and we'll be on our merry way. The only problem is because of how tall our jumps are, I'm worried that I'm going to end up hitting these spiked... I got a bit nervous there. I was like, right, I'm just going to jump off rather than fall back down. But there we go. Got there eventually. Is it fine to like other games? I mean, I love Sonic a lot. He's my favorite video game ever, but I like other games too. I mean, yeah, sure, it's perfectly fine to like other games. Like, for example, after Sonic Time Twit is over, I have put myself in the very difficult position of saying that I'm going to be playing through the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. And that's not really a good place to start your second playthrough with, because the classic Castlevania games that are in the Anniversary Collection are hard as nails. Like, there's the whole thing about how NES games were ridiculously difficult and all the rest of that. There is a kernel of truth to that, and the kernel of truth is the classic Castlevania games. They're balls to the walls hard. So it's a good place to go and sit there and be like, yep, that's going to be my second playthrough. I'm going to have to go and figure out how I'm playing the classic Castlevania games, while also trying to provide some sort of engaging and interesting commentary, while playing some incredibly difficult video games. I hear Castlevania 1's, outside of a few sections, isn't that bad if you, like, choose the game correctly. But and Castlevania 2 is actually apparently really easy if you just get a guide up. It's that the difficulty there is more in the god-awful translation, making all of the puzzles impossible to figure out. But yeah, Castlevania 3 apparently is just miserable. So I think on that version, I'm going to need to play the Japanese version of that game, because otherwise, it's a slog. It's a hard time. Two-Tailed Hero says, S3 Sonic, yawn. Zelda 2 Link would have been a better pick. I did everything that's fun and joyous. Well, I haven't played Legend of Zelda 2 Link yet, so unfortunately, stuck with S3 Sonic. Extremely Epic Doe says, hello, Jackal Boy. Hello there, Extremely Epic Does. And Aaron Imposter says, classic Castlevania causes physical pain. I am very, very ready to suffer at the hands of them. Because if you don't know the Castlevania Anniversary Collection, it is, if I remember correctly, the original Castlevania, Castlevania 2, Castlevania The Adventure, I think, then Castlevania 3, Castlevania The Adventure 2, Kid Dracula, Super Castlevania 4, and then finally Castlevania Bloodlines. So we're not going to play them all back to back to back, because I have basically, the way I'm handling the playthroughs is that I do them in chronological order, so that means that there's some gaps in between some of those games. Like, for example, Castlevania Bloodlines came out in 1994, so at some point in between the rest of them and all the rest of that, I'll be playing some classic Sonic games from the Sonic Origins. That's just one example. I think I'll... Oh, okay, so he can go super. I don't know why it was. It looks like it's a double jump rather than, like, the jump and spin. Well, that was a great timing to see that, right as I'm about to die. Fantastic timing. Whoa, spikes! Why are you doing me like that? I mean, it all worked out in the end, but geez, give me a heart attack, will you? Let's go this way. I always go right at that section. let's see what's this way. Oh, oh, oh. Right, yeah, get that checkpoint, because that's... Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Messed up the jump there. I don't know why, but Sonic 2 Super Theme was always my favourite. I'll be honest, I don't really keep track of the Sonic Super Theme tunes. Like, so they're nice, but they're definitely not the most memorable tracks in each of their games. To be fair, I don't really listen to much classic Sonic music. You know, there are a couple I like. So, for example, Sonic Mania, I really like the Titanic Monarch theme. And then, you know, Chemical Plant's always good. Emerald Hill as well. And Mystic Cave to a certain extent. So that's all fun. But yeah, I don't really listen to much classic Sonic music. I'm not a very big fan of chiptune. Oh, come on. Gabriel Star 777 asks, so what's going on here? Well, effectively what we're doing is replaying all of the various characters that I've covered over my time on reviewing SRB2 mods. We're going through all of these different characters and basically reacquainting ourselves with them after, in some cases, years since the last time I played them, ready for the upcoming 5,000 subscriber special, because as much as that is probably a fair distance away, I've played so many mods that I need to start this early to make sure that I can like reacquaint myself with all of them in time for it, so it'll be a while. Flying Battery OST speak. Yeah, Flying Battery is pretty good. My favourite of the three main games would be Sonic 1 Marble Zone, Sonic 2 Chemical Plant Zone, Sonic 3 and Knuckles Flying Battery Zone. Is that in terms of OST or the actual stages? Oh, and of course CD. CD's got plenty of good music. That's not one I should be forgetting. Yeah, Sonic CD. I don't love Sonic CD. That is one of the classic Sonic games I have played a little bit. I don't love it, but I can't deny that the music's pretty good. Get that. Got a high enough jump for it. Like Stardust Speedway, especially, you know, Bad Future, everything to do with Metal Sonic. To be fair, Metal Sonic's just infinitely cool, so... Oh, okay, we're super. I wasn't even paying attention, I didn't realise. Okay, I guess we're going this way. This is going to be a nightmare, isn't it? Okay, no, never mind. Higher jump does just mean we can skip all of that. He can also boost... Yes, there you go. By spamming L2, you can speed up things like minecarts. And then obviously, because we're super, we'll just go through all the barrels. Don't need to worry about it. Right. I will say, now that he's super, his higher jump and all the rest of that is throwing me off somewhat. So, at any moment I might be falling off a ledge or something. Oh, come on. Get out of here. Oh, that's close. Right. And we have now run out of rings, but it's fine. You know, we'll get plenty of rings here. I've done it enough times so there's nothing to be threatened of here. I can actually make it a little bit faster, so... Oh. Okay, yeah, so there are some times we need to go a little bit slower. Like around corners and stuff. Any corners that we're kind of jumping near to. You do need to be aware that the minecart is a physics object, so it can get a bit weird around like speed and certain jumps and all the rest of that. So like here, I'll slow it down so that when it kind of lifts off from the track for a little bit. Right, and in there as well, because... yeah, okay. Nightmare. Didn't really play CD. Is this Origins music? No idea, to be honest. Gabriel Star 777 says, I'm not sure why you're allowed to do that. My only theory is that maybe it's something to do with the elevators and lava reef. I think it's just a pretty common trope in the classic Sonic games that you're able to like rev things up to speed them up or make them more powerful or whatever. So I think it's probably just carrying over that. Right, there we go. Now we're not speeding off the side of it. Can S3 Supersonic do a double jump ability? I don't think he can, because I think that was a hypersonic thing more than a supersonic thing, wasn't it? Did bro really spend 5 rings trying to get an invincibility monitor? Yes, because I'm not very good at budgeting my rings in Superform. And then Quite You All asks, how do you make the stream look like this? I'm going to assume you're talking about like the stuff around the gameplay. Oh, how do I get 50 rings here? Yeah, no super jump. Yeah, assuming you're talking about the stuff around the gameplay, in which case, a little bit of Adobe Illustrator and then some messing around in OBS. Yeah, so nothing particularly complex, to be honest. It's all just boxes and grids, to be honest. The focus is less on making something that like crazy technically, and it's more just on good graphic design principles, good grids, good type, making everything set up properly. Sometimes you can just get 50 rings. It happened to me as X Sonic. Who knows then? Yeah, I've been trying to change the font I'm using on these, to be honest. I've changed. It's basically the font I'm using on these streams is called Vipna Goralia, something like that. And I was using it on the old channel graphics, but I've now changed from Vipna Goralia, or whatever it is, to a new set called Bourgeois. And for whatever reason, Bourgeois is the only font I can stick in OBS that will not work. Like every other font, I find, no matter how obscure, how discreet, how web unsafe it is, they all work fine. But Bourgeois is the only exception to that. It will not accept running in OBS, and it's really annoying me. I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Oh, saved it. Right, and then you've gotta use your whirlwind shield there. Just about got the checkpoint there. And here we are. Oh, don't disappear. Right. Squeeze through here. Don't get near me. I'll be honest, I think we'll probably call S3 Sonic done after this stage, because we got 2 other fairly complex characters and I don't really want to go through Egg Rock with all of them. So we'll probably call it quits with S3 Sonic after this. He's a pretty good character. Definitely a speedster. I'll be generous and give him a mid-level B rank, I think. Yeah, I think a B rank's probably fair. It doesn't really do anything that outstanding to be like an A rank. Like, as much as he is fun to play, I think you need to be something a little more than just fun to play to get a, oh, no, I've messed up, yeah. To be anything higher than a B rank. So I don't think he's quite that level. But no, he is fun to play. Right, let's actually try and do this legitimately rather than just damage boost through. Okay, nope, never mind. We'll damage boost. No one knows how the lava there works. It's a mystery to everyone. When playing as S3 Sonic, the number of rings you have before a boss act will always be transported with you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't quite pick up on that because it wasn't carrying through between normal stages, it was only into bosses. It was a bit strange. Right, okay, so that guy's done. Speedster, B rank. We'll now move on to Surge? Yep, we'll move on to Surge. So, we'll start in Techno Hill for this one, because there's nothing really to talk about in Green Hill with her. So, Surge is, unsurprisingly, all about electricity. So you need to try and find electric wherever you can. Or alternatively, you can destroy Banix, which will get you a charge, which you can then use for things like that. So effectively, the gameplay loop here is you expend a charge, use it, do some crazy thing like that, and then move on. On to the next enemy. So L2 to get the charge, which will speed us up as well. It should be noted. We're now faster for it, and have this damaging aura, and then we can expend it to do things like a volt jump. Yeah. You can press custom 1 to get rid of the charge whenever you need to, but, like, why would I? The only time you'd really use it is if you need a homing attack, and you don't really need that in a boss fight. That's the only time a homing attack's going to be superior to just damaging them. Like, boom. Powerful. Aaron Imposter says, I feel like Rose Gold Amy is just another speedrunner character like Sonic X, but way easier to use. I would comment on that, but it's been too long since I played Rose Gold Amy, so I'm going to have to make my assessment once we actually get to her. Right, we're going to grab Speed Sneakers, and then we're not going to fight this guy. We're going to walk over these walls to show you that because they're electric, we immediately gain a charge that way. We will also then use a volt jump to get over here. Dive down here because we've got the verticality needed to get straight over it. Should have saved the double jump so they could have double jumped straight onto the conveyor belt. You know, speedrunning strats here, guys. And not get stuck on this little tiny pathetic slope. Come on. Yeah, so when you don't have your voltage, you're a pretty normal, pretty run-of-the-mill character. You know, you've got a homing attack, you've got a double jump. Nothing particularly crazy. It is all about the voltage mechanic here. That's really what sets Surge apart. Oh, got stuck there. It's fine. And we'll go this way this time. We go deton too often. Let's break through here. Oh yeah, okay, we did get another charge. So I was like, sadly, somehow didn't get a charge there, but we did. Oh no, messed that up. I was going to attack that guy and then use his charge to get into the next area, but no, didn't quite work out. There we are. We'll break up here quickly. Don't need the magnet shield because all we need to do is charge up. I should also mention that Surge is by, I believe, Light Dasser, which is, you know, why they look so good. Because Light Dasser is a very, very, very talented sprite artist. I think, to be honest, in many ways a better sprite artist. No, I shouldn't say that. The highlight of their characters are often the sprites. They look really good. Like, look at that jump ball. That is a nice jump ball. That is a sexy jump ball, that one. In comparison to everyone else who just turns into an orb. That is... Look at that. Oh. That looks dangerous. Also for me, it's been almost as I played a Surge, but I can tell you that she leans more on the Speedster with a bit of an all-rounder. Yeah. I'm getting that. I think there's a little bit of combatant to her, because her moveset is ultimately all about attacking people. So I think you do have to consider her to be at least a little bit a combatant. And then look at that, that is a nice final hit. Oh yeah, okay, so that's losing the Surge. I was trying to see whether she has any taunts. Aaron Imposter says, do you think plugging Surge into an outlet can give her infinite charges? You might want to go and consult the IDW comics for that. I don't know. I used to keep up with the IDW comics until they had like the 3 arcs in a row that were all about Belle, who was the most boring Sonic character to ever be put to paper or screen. Belle is so boring. So 3 arcs in a row, an entire year, not including all of the delays, but an entire year's worth of comics, all about the most boring Sonic character out there. And all to build up the mystery of the world's most obvious plot twist. And after that, I clocked out. I had no interest in it anymore. Like, up through the Metal Virus saga, I was like, yeah, this is good. This is good Sonic stuff. But then, Belle, nah. Lost all of my attention with them. Right. Skip you. Ah, I was trying to hit you so we can get our Surge. Yes, there you go. Fainted you out. But I didn't get any charge for it for some reason. It's a bit strange. But it's fine. Still get here before we drown. Isn't the current IDW plot about Sage and Belle? I have literally no idea. Oh, yeah, no, I know Sage is involved. And I suppose it makes sense Belle is involved as well, because... plot twist, guys, but she's an Eggman creation as well. Isn't that crazy? I'm so glad we spent an entire year building up that plot twist that the robot character who just magically appeared one day. Oh yeah, you can also get a charge by charging up your spin dash. Yeah, isn't it crazy? And they look just like Mr. Tinker back when Eggman was good for a little bit. And their names spell Tinkerbell, but I'm sure that's all just coincidences. Like, it'd be fine if it was just 4 issues, and then, yeah, surprise, surprise, everyone, Belle is an Eggman creation, and we move on and actually do stuff with her. But no, it was 12 issues straight of just nothing. It was so dull. So yeah, every so often I see people complaining about, like, is Sonic's characterization in IDW bad? It's like, I genuinely don't know. I plan to get back into them one day, but I've got better things to do, to be honest. I mean, at this point, they're going to be in the games, so I can just get back in touch with Tangle and Whisper, who I do love. I love Tangle and Whisper. Get back to them when I'm playing whatever the next Sonic game's going to be, because from the looks of it, they're going to be in that. I mean, they're going to be in Crossroads within the next couple of days, so I might go and do a stream about them, because I haven't played any Crossroads for quite a while. I haven't touched it since the Pac-Man stuff came out. So I think Knights and II I haven't touched yet. Yeah, I missed out on II's festival. But I'll clock in for the Tangle and Whisper festival. I'll clock in for those two. I think Gabriel Star 777 says that I think I stopped reading when I heard that IDW is facing some financial issues, and me acting my pirate ways, I decided to stop. The thing you need to understand about the American comic industry is that it's over. Like, there's no easy way to put it, but the financials never made sense. And now that comic book readership has plummeted off of a cliff in the last couple of years. And not even because, like, people are skipping manga or whatever. It was dropping before that got big. But in the last couple of years, it's fallen off a cliff. Nowadays, all of the money for those IP come from movies and all the rest of that. And all of it's kind of designed in such a way as to eventually get a TV show or an anime or a movie or whatever. Yeah. Don't feel bad about pirating. Just pirate it. Like, ultimately, there's a lot of people in countries who can't read it any other way because they just don't sell it there. Like, I can't get the IDW comics myself. There are no comic stores near me. The only way I could get a comic is to go into a supermarket and buy whatever they have on stock. So whatever random Spider-Man volume they have, and whatever random DC thing they have. I don't need to worry about that. I can just go through the field. Yeah, that's all I've got. So if I wanted to read IDW Sonic, the only way I'd be able to do so is pirate them. So yeah, that end of the line. You are not the only person pirating. And to be honest, piracy has always been a problem for it. It's not piracy that's really like causing it. Damari walks in. 57 says, "What do you mean it's over?" I don't mean as in literally they're not making IDW comics or anything. More as in just the Western, not even just American, but Western comic industry is in a rough state. It's in a really bad state at the moment, across the board. Like, yeah, IDW is particularly bad because they're horrible with managing their money. Across the company, that's not like a Sonic comic thing. That's just IDW as a company is really bad at managing money. But yeah, it's just, it's going under, to be honest. It's a matter of time. It's a corpse walking. As sad as that is, because comics are great. They're a very unique form of media. They can do things that no other form of media can, really. But yeah, the money hasn't made sense for ages now, and it's the worst it's ever been in that regard. The readership isn't there. Yeah, a lot of people just dropped out entirely. A lot of people have moved on to manga, but I haven't either. It's not like I stopped reading comics and went on to manga. I just don't read either. Oh, Super Surge. Didn't even think about that. Get all emeralds. That is cool. That's a cool super transformation. I was going to say, I'm going to guess that the unique super form stuff is just that she's always got shards. Oh, okay. Calm down, Surge. Calm down. Okay, maybe this is why they have the whole stop your charges, because this is going to screw me over. So there's some power surge out there. Yep. Impressive super form. Oh, it looks like it charges. It's not like every time you hit the ground. It looks like it does take a little bit to charge once you touch the ground. Fortunate. What the heck, JackalMan? Didn't you know piracy is no IDW? Yeah, I know all of the comic writers and artists are like, yeah, don't pirate our stuff. But that's for places that actually can get the comics legally. I can't get the IDW comics any other way than pirate them. I couldn't get the Archie comics. Unless I want to just randomly go for the bargain bin of whatever my local supermarket's putting on that month. I can't buy any comics. You know, DC, Marvel, whatever. Unless I want to buy whatever the latest Deadpool comic that my supermarket has seen fit to stock, I don't have any other choice than to pirate. It's the unfortunate matter of things. There we go. Oh, I was going to go for those rings, but nope. We're up. Oh, come on, just... There we go. Took long enough. Just about get up there. Buy Mega Collection for the older Sonic comics. Or pirate them. It's not like Archie's selling them in any other way, just pirate the Archie comics. I mean, the only way that most people are going to even be able to get into the Sonic Mega Collection is to pirate it, because the only way you're getting them nowadays is to emulate it. Like, it's just a matter of things. If you don't sell someone something, then they got no way to buy it from you, so they're going to find some other way if they're interested in it. Like, is piracy theft? 100%. Is emulation for theft? 100% of the time. Well, like 99% of the time it is. But that's the matter of things. If you're not going to sell something to someone, then they can't buy it from you, and they're going to go and get it some other way, which is to say, steal it. There we go. So here's the Super Cannon. You wouldn't download a car, would you? If I could download a car, I would 100% download a car. And the funniest... You want to know the funniest thing about those ads? I'm a graphic designer, so I keep up with these things. But the typeface in the you wouldn't pirate this, you wouldn't download a car. Those old adverts. Things you had before all of the movies, anti-piracy stuff, they pirated the typeface for that, so that really like scrawly, grungy typeface, they pirated that. There's no legal way for them to have been able to get that font. Like, someone had to go and pirate that off the internet. So that's the nature of these things. The funniest one that I heard was the French government basically set up an organization to stop piracy. But right as they announced it, they had to go and like delay the opening of the agency because they realized that the graphic design agency they had gotten to do the logo for it had pirated the font they had used for the logo. So they had to go and like shut down the agent, or like delay the opening of the agency for another 3 weeks while the graphic design company went back and used a typeface they could actually legally use, so they weren't massive hypocrites. Anomalous Fix says, to be honest, I want a Mega Man add-on so hard. Yeah, I've been thinking about buying the Mega Man Legacy collection for a while now, because like it's seemingly every other time I go on Steam, it's on sale for like dirt cheap. Like they really don't seem to want to sell it for anything more than about 75% off permanently. But the only reason I haven't is because I would have to play it on the channel. And if the Castlevania games... The only reason I got the Castlevania games is because I got them free. Like, they're not necessarily great choices for a playthrough, especially not an early playthrough. But Castlevania games and Mega Man games are like neck and neck in terms of difficulty, and it's going to be hard enough dealing with Castlevania. I don't want to also try and figure out what I'm going to do on a playthrough for a game I can barely get through, like Mega Man. Right, let's actually go the intended route this time, rather than get stuck on the lower route. Oh. Okay, got up here in the end. Right, trigger please, thank you. Nearly fell off. Go back, drag the thing, there you go. Oh, that's close. Just about make it. Whoa, okay, too fast, too fast. The X Saga is kind of more beginner friendly. I have heard that the X games are quite a bit easier than the Mega Man games. I mean, from what I can gather, the X games would have been made in a point of time where saving games was possible. So, like, the reason that the Castlevania games and the classic Mega Man games on the NES were so ball-bustingly difficult is because they were ridiculously short. If you actually were good at it and you can get through them all even if you're not a speedrunner, you can get through it in like an hour. Well, that's embarrassing. So the way that they had to get around that was just by making them so difficult that little 5-year-old, 8-year-old Jimmy would take months to get through levels, so that they would be fine with just playing the game over and over and over and over again. Whereas obviously, once you introduce saving, everyone wants that because no one wants to replay levels over and over and over again if they don't have to. But at that point, you need to make the games longer, and there's no point having such ridiculous challenge anymore. So instead you go and, oh, I hate how these barrels stick to you. So instead you make the difficulty and the length of time take other forms and not just be, this game is so impossibly difficult that you just have to replay it over and over and over again. So I have heard the X games are easier because they came out later. And same with the newer Castlevania games in that collection. I hear that Super Castlevania 4 and what's the other one? Bloodlines are quite a lot easier than all of the stuff that comes before it, and that's just because, well, they came later. They didn't need to be as ridiculously difficult. Oh yeah, and yeah, as someone pointed out, that Cutman is coming to the game to SRB2 at some point. So even if it's not Mega Man proper, there is something there. I can never remember what the actual, like, intended stuff down here is. Right, here we are. Yeah, and then we're in the lower section. And we end up here. Yeah, that's it. Oh no, don't fall off. There we go. Right, Dark Kirby 714 says, to be honest, as an artist, if I want a font, I'd make the art for every symbol and copy and paste it manually. Yes, I would actually do that. Try me. I wouldn't. As a graphic designer, I would just go and make it a font. To be fair, I say that, but I'm too cheap to buy the software required for that, and I haven't actually bothered to look at trying to pirate it yet. I'm sure I probably can. But yeah, basically the font you want for making symbols into fonts with all of the proper kerning and leading and all of the rest of those controls, the ligatures, proper kerning pairs, all the rest of that. If you want to go and do all of that, the font, the software of choice is Font Self, and I was recommended it about 2.5 years ago, and I still haven't got around to buying it because I'm that cheap. But yeah, if that's how you want to make a font, go look again, Font Self. You know, pirate it if needs be. The one thing you need to learn about designers is that they are human scum and they deserve nothing of your respect. If you can pirate something from a designer, you do it, and you'd be morally right for doing so. And this goes for me as well. As a designer, you are morally right for taking anything I do and taking it and not showing me any sort of respect or credit for it. Just take it. Because I'm a graphic designer and I am therefore scum of the earth. Alright, there we go. That's our canyon done. Do I bother with Fang? I think we're just going to have to lose that so we can, yeah, keep our homing attack going. And we're just going to be losing out charges, to be honest. The homing attack seems really generous. Like, I'm hitting him way before that arrow actually appears. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, I'm not bothering with that. Red Volcano it is. Sorry, not sorry. Fang's one of those things that, now that I've beaten the game enough times, I feel I'm deserved the right to just sit there, get killed by him and be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I've defeated him enough times that I'm willing to sit there and be like, yeah, no, I can't be asked to fight you. I don't want to fight you. You're an annoying boss fight and I don't need to waste my time fighting you for the 150th time. Right, come on, Surge. I have to say, I really do like her design. I'm sure everyone knows about the fact that she's based off an old Sonic 2 glitch called Ashura. It was something to do with, like, if you were in front of a waterfall in Emerald Hill in specific situations and all the rest of that. That and her Kitsunami as well, her version of Tails, they're both based off of old classic glitches. So, I know that Surge is based off Ashura, like the name that was given to the old green and black Sonic from Sonic 2. I can't remember off the top of my head what Kitsunami was based off of. I don't know whether it's Blue Knuckles, because I know there's a glitch that turns Knuckles blue in a Sonic game somewhere or other. I don't know whether it's based on that. I don't think it is. If it's going to be any glitch character, I'm going to assume it's something to do with Tails. But yeah, Ian Flynn and the rest of the IDW crew that moved over from Archie, they have a bit of a history of doing that. So there was a character in Archie called something like Dr. Finitivus, who was based on an old Knuckles glitch. So he was like an albino echidna with a bunch of cybernetics. That didn't come from the glitch, the albino part did. The cybernetics is just the crazy stuff that happened in Archie. Yeah, as much as I do like a lot of IDW, like I like Tangle, I like Whisper, I like Surge's at the very least her design. It doesn't quite hit the same spot for me as Archie does. Especially like pre-Super Genesis Wave Archie. That was good stuff. Just like things building on top of each other for years and years and years and years until eventually it's just crazy. And that, especially nowadays, that doesn't feel like that's the case with IDW. It felt like that with the Metal Virus, which is why I was so invested in that. And also because it was the middle of the pandemic, so it was like, I need something to keep track of time, and that was the IDW comics. So yeah, I did like the Metal Virus arc, but ever since that, it felt like it's just 4-issue arcs that would spin around for, you know, 4 months, and then you move on to the next 4-issue arc that has nothing to do with the previous one. And after a while, it was just like, okay, I get it. I don't really care anymore. Like, nothing's building up to anything. Or it is building up to something. It's building up to the world's most obvious plot twist involving Belle and Dr. Eggman. It's like, who cares? I know everyone's going on about how IDW is now canon or whatever, but I'm still not sure about that. Like, the way it was described when it first came out was that it was like a sort of semi-canon. So, like, the games were canon to the IDW comics, but the IDW comics weren't canon to the games. I don't know what caused that to change. Like, I don't know whether there's an event in it beyond just people, you know, referencing Tangle in Frontiers or whatever. But the problem with that is now it's got all of the people who originally didn't read IDW are now sitting there and complaining about every little thing it does. Just like, well, that can't be canon because that changes this character's characterization. It's like, who cares? End of the day, who cares? They're a bunch of funny, you know, cartoon rodents. Sometimes they act a little bit differently for the point of making them more entertaining to watch in a plot. Like, this happens. This is how characters work. Sometimes they do things that aren't 100% what was put in their design guidelines because that just makes them boring. Right, I'll get to the end of this stage and then I'll reach that because I haven't been keeping up with it. Oof. Oh, that is a nice... It's like an infrared. Is it infrared? No, not infrared. Ultraviolet? The heat map, you know, like the heat vision stuff. It looks like the heat map things. It looks really cool. Gabriel Star 777 actually is in debug mode. You place a bunch of war. Oh yeah, okay. So that's the origin of the Asura blitz. Is there somewhere to jump off of here? Yes. Is that going to get me? It's not actually like it's particularly difficult to skip all of this. It's just like I don't want to do it. It could be one thing if this was all actually difficult. It isn't, but it's just like it's inconvenient doing it. Aaron Imposter, sup? I'm back. Good to see you, Aaron Imposter. Right. Don't get hit. Avoid the jettisons. Don't even worry about that platforming. Alright, unfortunately I doubt these lasers are considered electric, so... Oh, that's close. Oh, we're already super, okay. Oh, camera! Why did you do that? Camera! Oh, no. Oh, but we might be making a comeback. We might be making a comeback. We made a... Oh, now that was a save. Right, please somebody go clip that. That was a save. I thought we were done for. That was sunning. Right, and straight through here. There we are. Down we go. I kind of wish he had like a quick drop thing. That'd be cool. Don't even worry about it. Quiet Rose 20. Biggest comeback in 2026. 100%. That was great. I thought I was a goner. Which is why you know that I'm going to die in some really embarrassing way now. Just to mess up with that. Come on, let me out. Let me out, please. God, let me out. It's a little shame she's not got any emotes. Just because her sprites are so good that she seems like the kind of character that would have them. Whoa! Oh, okay. I was about to say, if after all of that we end up dropping back into the same hole we barely escaped from, that would be tragic. Oh, come on. Please let the super form last through here. Oh, ho, ho, yes. Yes. Oh, we're going by on like the skin of our teeth. Oh, ho, ho, oh, ha, ha, yes. Right, are we gonna fight Eggman? Nah. We got bigger fish to fry. It just about ran out before we got there, but who cares? Oh, now that was good. Come on, that was good. Right, come on, Metal Sonic. Show me what you're up to. Let's get going. Unfortunately, there's not really anything to target here to get any charge beyond just spin dashing. That's boring, so we're going to be doing this with a very basic moveset, unfortunately. But such is the nature of these things. Oh, just about got over it. Oh, okay. I was a little too low when I went for the double jump. Well, while we're here, I suppose we can charge up at least one charge. Does this destroy spikes? No. But what it should do is allow us to skip this. There we are. Right, make it over here. Double jump, I don't think is big enough to get over that. We're going to go around. Oh, I suppose we can get the super form. There we are. I was about to say, because I guarantee you that if I went through that gate before going super, I would have got hit by the lasers and lost it. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Oh, nearly got over the fence. Oh, no. Oh, no. Right. I'm less curious about the fight, to be honest. I'm more curious about where this is going to be charged up by the fences. Come on. Come on. Phase 2 already, should be. Yep. Right, don't hit me. Ah, don't hit me. Can't touch this. Oh! Got a little close for comfort there, Metal. I say, don't tell me you were only scaring me because of the electric shield. That's going to be annoying. Oh! Okay, yeah. I was about to say, how did they hit me? Oh yeah, I'm not immune to it just because I got the electric barrier. Oh, but I definitely jumped over that one. 100% jumped over that. Where are you? Don't go. There we are. Right, we're going to lose the charge and we're going to go into this. Yes, okay. They do count as electric. I mean, pretty obviously so, but I was like, I just want to check. There we are. Come on. Let's go fight Black Eggman and move on to Rose Gold Amy. I think we'll probably do some... Oh, what happens if we... I was about to say, what happens if we jump into them? Right, come on, just go into the acid. Don't be sitting here doing this. Oh, come on. Yeah, because now this is going to mess you up, so you're not going to go into it for longer. There we are. Whoa! Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, they've got the Dragon Ball hurt pose in the continue screen. If you just barely noticed that before we left. Right, in you go, come on. There we are. I was about to say, don't do anything crazy now. Right, I think it's probably better off if we lose the electric charge, because the only things that we're happening with the electric charge is either we lose our homing attack, or Eggman gets hit by our trail and then like snipes me from behind, and that's obviously no good. So I think we probably want to try and get rid of the electric shield as often as possible. No, ooh. Want to get rid of the charge when we can. Look, dude, just stand still so I can hit you. But also, you know, stay mobile enough that you don't block me from getting my rings. Hit the perfect middle ground, please. Oh, no, no. Oh. No, dude, come on. No, don't. Oh, it's behind the barrel. There we go. I was about to say, if you're like one more hit. There we go. Whoa. There we go. Stage completed. Oh, that's weird. You press L2 and R2 at the same time. It's got like that weird whirring noise there. Right, okay, so now we've got one more. Yeah. Rose Gold Amy. I wonder what that could possibly be a reference to. I think we're going to go for the bonus levels with this one. You know, seeing where Amy's originally from. Let's go and check. Yeah. Sprite-wise, you know, nothing that crazy. Got double Pico, which is just double jump. Not a fan of the jump noise, though. Ooh. Big jump. And if I'm... Oh, okay. If you fall off the side of something and then... before you drop it, it still just waits until you hit the ground next. Okay. Oh, sniped. How many times can she combo that hammer? Oh, like every time, as long as you hit the ground. Jeez, okay. Surge is a baddie, but everyone will ignore my comment. Anomalous fix. I gotta call you out for that one. You know that's you, Anomalous fix. Oh no, every time. I got copyright struck for that one. Can't go into that level. Gabriel Star 777. For me, I only heard that she was a reskin. No, she is actually quite a unique character. She's kinda like a companion mod to Crystal Sonic. If any of you guys are still aware of that. Right. I was about to say, I do wish there was a way that I could just hit things without triggering that, but yeah, there you go. What the hell is going on? Ooh, secret. Secret. Wasn't intending for that to happen, but there we are. It looks like she can only use her, like, hammer bounce thing in some situations, though, which is a bit unfortunate, but there we are. Blindly make our way through that. Yeah. I mean, straight away, I think she's got to be an all-rounder. She's, like, clearly got the explorer mobility, but she's so fast that I think it'd be ridiculous to sit there and say that she isn't at least partially a speedster. So I think an all-rounder is probably right for her. Oh yeah, and she can run on water. Is Rose Gold Amy, in fact, Jesus Christ reborn? Find out next time. Oh, come on. Yeah, the only thing is I wish there was a way to not go for the massive bounce every time you use your hammer jump thing. It's a bit frustrating when you're just trying to hit something. Okay, can't go over the trees. There you go. Don't even need the rest of that. Be curious to see how she handles Aerial Garden. And I might even treat you guys. I might let you watch me try Azure Temple. That'll be a fun bonding experience. Trying to get through that. I mean, she's so overpowered that she probably can handle it pretty well. Yeah, so basically the only, like, weakness she has, apart from the fact that she has to bounce every time she uses a hammer, basically, is the fact that using a double jump stops her from using any more hammer jumps, but that's a non-issue. Oh yeah, and then the fact that she's got a really annoying jump noise, that's the other issue. And the fact she apparently can't break through these. Oh, there you go. You just gotta, like, hold it, I think. I think that was the difference there. Right, and whoa, she does have a super form. It'll be interesting to see what that changes. Maybe just bigger range on her abilities, I think, maybe. Right, and this is going to be so much easier now. I don't need to worry about the bats. The spike balls are actually no issue, it's just the bats on this bit. Whoa! No! Oh, that bit always throws me off. Aaron Imposter says, I will report this stream 10 to the power of 23451 times if you dare go to Azure Temple. Well, I'm doing it. You know, we got time to kill. Let's go for it. Oh ho 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 ho. Okay, and that one doesn't flip gravity. Right, then onto there. Okay. Yeah, so you just gotta hold spin to do that. Oh, okay, somehow got the fire shield from up there. Her range is crazy. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Is that better be a life monitor down there? Oh, it's invincibility. That's boring. It'd have been funny if it was like a life monitor. Oh, whoa! I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Why am I so horizontal? Is it because of the fire shield? Right. Cackle Lantern, just get rid of my shield, please. Oh no, I destroyed you from up there? Come on. There we go. Hopefully now we're a bit more vertical again with our hammer swings. Yes, there we go. Like, look at that. Crazy. Right, next up, aerial garden. This will be interesting. Because it turns out, the verticality is actually scary good. It's going to be a case of how precise I am, I think, in terms of landing on the little tiny platforms. More so than anything to do with the character. These can run on water. See, and already we're speeding down here. We'll try and go super again, because we barely saw any of it last time. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That's close. Down here, I need to try and remember where the section where the running stuff is. I think we can, yeah, do that. And then we'll waste the Apocalypse Shield, but that will make sure we've got enough rings to go super again. So we can do stuff like this. Right, I think... I feel like I'm setting myself up for like a Mario 64 speedrunning thing, you know, where you had to go and angle yourself in such a way to get all of the abilities to work. It feels like that. You know, you need to angle yourself in such a way that you can get the maximum... you can get the maximum out of your hammer jumps. Or alternatively, so you don't throw yourself off a platform. Oh! Stupid gargoyle. Throwing me off. Right, and then back here, so we can do this. Oh, we are about to run out of lives though, so come on. Faster we get up here, the better. Can we just, I was about to say, can we just get up here that way? Oh, this is ridiculous. This can't be allowed. This is the first scary bit of the entire stage. But then we have such a ridiculously powerful double jump that I say that, but we're actually probably fine. The real risk with this section is the lack of coyote time, meaning that if you accidentally walk off the conveyor belt and you just immediately die. And let's go... Okay, we're not going to be super for the ending. But we are going into Azure Temple now, so this is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. I think one thing that will benefit us is that our area of attack is so ridiculous that we should probably just destroy things before they become a threat, in terms of things like these bubbles. The problem is that we are not invincible. So like things like that can happen. CrossDusty08 says, Heya there, CrossDusty08. I've decided to torture myself and all of you viewers by going here to Azure Temple. Which is a mistake, almost assuredly, but it'll be an entertaining one. And if there's any character who's going to be able to handle it, it's this one. Rose. Ah. There we go. Up here. To be fair, it is fairly generous with the air bubbles. Like, if I have to give anything to Eric, and while we are here, I recognise that I am on 1 life and I don't want to end up accidentally getting really far and then immediately losing it. Oh. Okay, those statues are not on. We're fine. This level, the pain of my existence. Speak for everyone here. We're going to go for the water sealed, but I think there's a fair chance we're going to lose it randomly. I don't necessarily know to what, but I can guarantee we're going to lose it to something. Well, that was quick. I will admit that I thought it would last for slightly longer. Oh, we are going to get some spicy skips, I can tell. With the effect of the water as well, it's going to get spicy. Have I made the same mistake as last time? Yes, I did. Great. We are going to go back, I realise, and go and grab our water sealed. Knuckles and Azure Temple is majestic. I'm pretty sure any character who can actually swim is majestic in Azure Temple. It's a godsend. Oh, come on. I thought there was a platform there. You can tell how little I've played this stage in comparison to everything else in the game. Like, at a fundamental level, I know the layouts of every other stage. Or at least enough of it that I can make an educated guess where I'm going. I cannot say that for Azure Temple. Like, quite fundamentally, I don't know where I'm going here. So I'm just kind of guessing by where all of the rings are. But like, what's the opposite corner of the room to me, basically? That's the level that my judgment is going with. Like, what's on the opposite side of the room to me? If I enter the room from this side, then logically I probably need to get to the other side. Oh, ho, ho. Trixie, but got through it. Oh, okay. That's fine, actually. I was about to say, don't go super and lose all your momentum. But no, actually, this is fine. If we can just skip all of these, that's great. And in the unlikely chance that you go super, I think the stage is actually pretty generous with rings. Because, like, rings are not what you need to be worried about here. I say that, but then we're going through all of these places and there isn't a single ring, so I might just be lying. I'm trying to go for all 200 emblems, and I've got to say that this level is a particular nightmare. Yeah, I don't think to anyone's surprise, to be honest. I know someone, I think it was in the last stream, someone was saying that they went for the 200 emblems, and this was very nearly what killed their motivation to do it, because Azure Temple is just cruel. Yeah, don't try it, dude. It's not gonna go well for you. Boom! Oh, scraping through that, barely. Busse, is this? Yes, it is a secret path. Oh no, okay. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. There we are. Bubbles. Come on. Give me an air bubble. Give me an air bubble. Busse, it's an embarrassing way to go if... otherwise. Right, in here. Why are you not doing the Super Sigmund route? route of this level? I don't know. I don't know the routes of this level. I'm just going for what I'm kind of naturally ending up in. Oh, no. 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 Drowning in Super was this in Sonic 2. Yeah, I know, you know, you can drown in Super. It's just the fact that I don't want to. It's an embarrassing way to go. I mean, it's embarrassing enough when you're normal, pathetic, weak Sonic, but it's another level entirely when you're rose gold Amy and ridiculously overpowered character. Right, we're going to go this way again. I'm not sure how advisable it actually is, because it's not like we can actually, you know, do anything if stuff goes wrong while hovering around. Like, I'm sure the other routes we can probably... Oh, no, 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 that's... Oh, barely. Just barely. This is it, isn't it? Yes, this is it. Oh, now that was pretty easy. Come on, like, come on, guys. I don't know what you're going on about. Azure Temple is fine. Easy mode. And we do have a little bit of time left, so I think I am going to go and chuck on a modded level. Let's have a look. Carbon Isles. Let's just run around in one of the OLDCs. See how that goes. Don't save Rose Gold Amy. Which one is this? Is this like the underwater? Yes, it is. There should be a randomizer somewhere, I think. Is there a randomizer? Fairly certain there is. Is it this? So that was just displaying TV screens. Right, let's see what's down here. What's this one? Falcon Emissary Zone. Let's try this. Oh, is this what I think it is? No, I don't think it is. Never mind. Dude, come on. Right, obviously, I haven't played the OLDCs all that much, so I don't know what the best routes are. So if I'm messing this up completely, one, don't hesitate to tell me, and two, don't be mean about it. Like, I don't know. I'm a little stupid baby. I don't know what's going on here. Is this it? This way? Yes. Okay. Don't know why it lags for so long once we enter the level. Right up here, straight away. Let's go this way this time. Doesn't matter, we got a double jump. And we can make our way straight over here. Oh, right as I got that extra life. Oh, but there was no checkpoint, was there? Oh no, there was. My mistake. I will go this way so we don't piss off the turret. What? Why? Is this all just to get the emblem? Right, guess we go this way then. Whoa, what? Did my game just crash? Process killed by Signal Sig Seg V. Right, well, that's awkward. Well, I suppose that marks the end of the SRB2 for the day. Give me just a moment to get the roulette up for the next character. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Just give me a moment to get up the character roulette so we can see who we're going to be playing as in the next stream. No, that is spelt wrong. Yeah, Rose Gold Amy Curse. I think that was probably more the level than Rose Gold Amy. Right. Window capture. Turn that on. It'll go and do like the Ouroboros thing on these. There we go. Right. Just give me a sec to get my little Word document up so I can actually keep track. Stream 6 will include. I think this is an up-to-date wheel. So, in the next stream, we are going to see. I hope we get a couple more character packs. I need to start working on those. Casey. By, I want to say Light Dasser. I want to say Casey's Light Dasser. Can't remember off the top of my head whether that is the case. There you go. Casey. Number 1. Then we are looking at. Oh, see again. Chaos Knuckles. Chaos Knuckles. So that's going to be pretty quick because he's not a particularly complicated character. Chaos Knuckles. There we are. And finally, on the next stream, we are going to see. One final time, one final spin, 3 each time. We are looking at Steve. That's Minecraft Steve, if you're unaware. So that'll be interesting. That'll be something to see. See Steve. But yeah, that was a good selection of characters this today. S3 Sonic, not too complicated, but is fun to play, especially with the unique physics. Cacti Go, Knuckles, and Zach Black, Roger, yeah. Yeah, S3 Sonic's good. I probably put him as a B rank speedster. Surge is good, an A rank all-rounder, I reckon. And then, who was this? Yeah, Rose Gold Amy. They were very enjoyable, but they're not exactly balanced, so I don't know whether they're just, that sort of, they're so overpowered that they're enjoyable or not. I think probably hovering high B, low A, Rose Gold Amy, and then an all-rounder as well, because they're so powerful that they're, I mean, they have so much verticality that they're practically a flyer, despite not actually having flight. So yeah, I think that's what I'm landing on there. I'll go write that down later on. Go and make my list on where they all fit within the current rankings. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. A couple of ups and downs, including the fact that, we outright crashed the game at the end of it. But we did beat Azure Temple, and I really hope someone clipped that moment in Egg Rock, because that was good. That was a comeback. So I hope someone did clip that. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Tune in next time. It might be tomorrow, but don't quote me on that. It could very well not be. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and ciao.